Are you listening? Damn. Yeah. Yeah.
Another episode of Trash Talk. TJ O'Connor with me, as always, my partner Damian, the Wolverine Hill. We're being joined tonight by Yamah Sadozai, who's fighting for the Driller Promotions 170-pound welterweight amateur title December 21st against Joey Hart at Canterbury Park. Trash Talk is sponsored, as always, by Valhalla Combat Sports Incorporated, Ink Shrinks Tattoo, The Fighters, and my mom. How you doing tonight, Yamah?
Not too bad, man. Just finishing up here at work. So I appreciate you guys being able to take the call right now. So,
well, we appreciate you for making time, squeezing in your busy schedule, because I know you got a lot on your plate, man.
Hey, man, it's always fun chatting with you guys. So I appreciate it. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Man. Yeah. Sorry. Always TJ. Appreciate it. Always fun to talk to you. You're fighting December 21st. This is kind of a quick turnaround. You're going up to 170 for the first time. I remember talking to you after your last fight, and you kind of made reference. You're like, I'm going up. Did you know that this was a possibility at that point in time, or did this kind of fall into place even after you made your prediction?
Man, I've been wanting to go up to 170 for a while, man. Like, I even told some of my buddies at the gym, like, I was making like 40, 45-pound cuts down to 155, and it's just, it drained the hell out of me, man. It just wasn't for me anymore, man. Like, it never was for me, but I was doing it anyway, So, I don't know. But I guess I was told that was my weight class, so, it's like, all right, I'm going to cut down to 155. But, yeah, man, I never really felt 100%, the same on fight night, just because, maybe if I was somebody who's in the gym all the time, and I was able to train all the time, and then I'd be able to keep my weight down a little more, then I'd probably say 155 is a good weight, but I can't. So I'm usually walking around like around 190, 195. I even get up to 200 sometimes. So,
man, that's crazy that you ever even came close to 55, let alone making it for how many fucking fights, dude?
9.
Wow. Yeah, I was gonna say 7. Fuck, I'm dumb. Making that weight, I think it's a great thing going up in weight class. I'm totally against cutting weight. I'm 100% for the way ONE FC goes about it, the hydration test and things like that, because I ran into some complications while cutting weight. I didn't cut 40 pounds. I was only cutting about 30, and it caused a seizure.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, guys. My employee.
No worries at all. But yeah, especially at an amateur level, making those drastic weight cuts, there's really no benefit to it. You might as well fight where you feel more comfortable, and where you feel healthy.
Well, the thing is to be honest, like making the weight, that wasn't really the biggest issue for me. It's like the sauna, like Davey Young, Chris, Jens, all my teammates. Like, you can ask them; they've been in the sauna with me. I don't sweat. I was in there. And a half, and I sweat about half a pound out in an hour and a half. And oh yeah, dude, it takes me forever to sweat, man. Like, like I said, Davey Young, all of them can attest for me. Like, it takes me so long. I've spent as much as 8 hours in the sauna before. So it takes me a long time to sweat, dude.
Well, that is definitely not good for you. And I hope moving up is going to be a whole lot better on you. I mean, you're still going to have to be, you're still going to be losing some weight going into your fight, but you're not going to be losing. Oh God, you're not going to make those 40-pound weight cuts anymore. I'm super glad to hear that.
Yeah, I'm not worried. I've fought at 170 twice, and I felt great. So it's obviously cutting down to 155. It gave me like a lot of practice dieting down and stuff. So I'm not worried about making 170 at all. I'm just excited. It's been so long. I haven't really gotten to. It's been so long since I felt how to what it feels like to fight at 170. I'm just excited for that feeling, and I'm excited that I'm going up against a fun opponent, man. Like I'm a fan of Joey Hart, so like I'm excited, man. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna get into that too. I mean, this fight on paper, man, this is gonna be a scrap. I mean, I've seen what he's capable of, and I've seen what you're capable of. how do you think you two compare inside the cage?
I mean, Joey brings it, man. Like I said, I think I watched like his first 2 fights. I went down to Austin, and right away I'm like, dude, I like the way that kid fights. You know, like he's just a tough dude, and he's came a long way. Like you see from his first fight until now, like his body's matured. He's like in a lot better shape. He's just, you know, cool, calm. You know, kind of just like, you know, like we're both in there. You know, we both love fighting. You know, we both love exchanging. And, I'm just excited, man. Like, I think Joey was probably the only fight I would have taken for Canterbury. So otherwise, I wouldn't have been fighting. So I'm like, it was kind of a joke at first, because I was talking to Jeremy, and he was like, yeah, if Joey Hart wins, you wanna fight him for the title? And I'm like, yeah, sure. You know, I told him, well, before that, I'm like, Joey Hart's the only person I would even want to fight, you know, just because, like I said, I like his fighting style and I respect him. And it's funny, you know, he won his fight, and then he actually offered me the fight. I'm like, all right, let's do it, whatever.
We spoke with you, or I spoke with you not too long before, or not too long after your last fight, and you had mentioned to me that you were possibly going to be going pro.
Yeah.
And now, when I seen that this fight was announced, I was like, oh, it's for that strap. I know, you know. And is that part of the reason? And is that something that you still think about doing after this fight?
Yeah, for sure. Tom wanted me to do, because it's been a while since I fought at 170. So he wanted me to, do a couple fights at 170, maybe one. I don't know. We'll see. I guess.
Well, if you win it and you defend it, that'd be cool.
I mean, for me, I think Joey's at the top of the food chain at 170 right now. I think he's the most well-rounded at 170. So, I mean, I don't really see anybody else. I mean, I respect Josh Fleck. I think Josh Fleck's a beast, but I don't think Josh Fleck has really shown that he's, like, super well-rounded yet, you know, as far as standing up and everything. Like I said, I respect him. He's a beast.
No, that's fair.
He beats the crap out of everybody, you know, taking them down, wrestling them. But I think as far as, like, overall game, I think Joey Hart has shown that he's probably the most complete 170 fighter right now. So, yeah.
No, that's a very fair assumption, and you know, and I agree with that. And one of the things that I really liked when you were saying is the comparison that you made between the two of you, because obviously different frames, different fighting styles, but I feel like there's a lot of comparisons. Both guys that are like to strike, both guys that are very technical. Obviously, you probably have a little bit more power. I'd say Joey's more of a pop kind of a striker, whereas you guys both also have, I'd say, underrated ground games. I mean, you're known for your striking, and then you both train at like two of the best jiu-jitsu gyms in the state. So obviously you're well-rounded in that aspect. I think this is a really fun fight for everybody as far as the fan aspect goes.
I'm glad I was able to show that off a little bit. I think going into last fight, everybody was kind of like, the thing for me, everybody thought that I couldn't like hang with the wrestler or whatever. They thought wrestling was my kryptonite, but I showed like I can handle top level wrestling. I mean, you guys watched the fight. I mean, he did literally absolutely no damage whatsoever the whole fight. It was just more just like a hold you down kind of game, you know? Like I've never gone through a 3-round fight and probably got hit twice the whole fight, you know? So like I probably could work on my offensive wrestling a little bit more, but you know, as far as like, you know, protecting myself and getting back to my feet, you know, I showed I could do that. So
definitely have. And you work with some really high level wrestlers, you know, Tommy Peterson, Davey Young, just to name two, you know, countless others, you know. But I mean, do you feel that that the ground game is even going to come into play in this fight? I mean, when me and TJ were talking about this fight, like in my head, you guys in a jiu-jitsu match, you guys could be placed together in a jiu-jitsu match and there'd be punches thrown.
Yeah.
Like that's just how I feel about the level of competition that you two bring. And how do you feel like it's going to go on the ground at all?
I mean, never say never. You never know. One of us might rock each other, and you know, one person might shoot or whatever. I mean, at this point, like I have no pressure whatsoever. Like I love fighting. If it takes me somewhere, it takes me somewhere. If it doesn't, I'm cool with that. Like I just do it because I love it. Yeah. So like I go into this fight with absolutely zero pressure whatsoever. And what I love doing is I love slugging it out. I love sitting in the pocket, and I just want to have a good time. So I mean, whoever falls first, that's probably how the fight's gonna go, to be honest. So.
Oh
No,
man,
yeah.
yeah. There's
You're
no
definitely a
denying that.
fan
Even
favorite.
even what you said right there. I mean that sums you up perfect. I mean you're the goon for a reason. You know what I mean? Just in guys' face, throwing big punches, and that's why I love watching you fight.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. So, going a little bit more on Joey, what do you think his biggest threat to you is?
Man, I think he's just gonna try to keep me on the outside. Use his jab, stay long. Like you said, he's very long. You know, so he's gonna use his jab and just keep me at bay. Yeah, man, he's just like you said, he's a pop. He's a combination type guy. You know, so I mean that's pretty much what he's done with everybody. I mean, most people just try to take him down. You know,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, I don't think he's. I'm trying to remember of all the people he's fought. He's fought some pretty tough dudes. So
Yeah.
and he's gone through some battles. So like I know he's battle tested. Like there's a few fights where it was so back and forth. Like I think it was one LFA fight. He fought some dude from Nebraska, Minner, and like he got hurt multiple times. He hurt the other dude multiple times. So he knows how to dig deep. I think this fight, both of us are going to have to dig deep because neither one of us are going to be an easy out. So I think that's what it's going to come down to. So, yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. Well, both of you guys are more than deserving of a title, especially mentioning the things that you just said. And what has camp been like leading up to this fight? I mean, because it is a pretty quick turnaround. Did things stop at all?
A little bit. I had a little injury. I don't want to get too much into, but it cost me about 2 weeks. Few people know about it, but I mean it's fine. It's nothing that'll affect me like fight night. Like even now, I'm fine now. So I'm back to training, full go now. I'm hitting like 2 or 3 times a day right now, just kind of making up for a little bit of time I lost. But yeah, I mean everything's good to go now. I'm just getting in the groove. The thing is before I had a lot of pressure, and my mind was always worried just because I was always worried about making weight, that always was on the back of my mind. And that's pretty much why I hated fight camps lately. Like I just haven't enjoyed training whatsoever, and now I'm enjoying it, like I can actually enjoy a fight camp, When I knew for sure that I wasn't gonna fight at 155 anymore is when I was training with Nick Kazi. Actually, it was this was like a week before his fight. He was supposed to fight Max Bradley before Max pulled out, and I was fighting Nick, and obviously cutting down to 155. Like Nick's depleted too, but Nick felt strong, I could feel how good Nick feels, and I'm like, dude, I'm telling myself in my head, I'm like, dude, this is not how I feel at 155 coming into the last week. I'm usually a lot more depleted than this. So that's when I knew. I'm like, yeah, dude, this is definitely my last fight for sure at 155.
Oh,
yeah, and being able to utilize your fight camp to actually prepare and get better than focusing on weight. Because, I mean, you see that where guys will come in and you end up spending the majority of the camp. You're working out, like you said, just to lose weight, and there's no fun in that. But when you come to the gym and you get to work on technique and work with sparring, it's just more fun. It's a better atmosphere to have leading up to a fight.
Oh, for sure, dude. Like my camps before were all on the treadmill. Like I was running twice a day. It was literally all on the treadmill. So now I don't have to worry about that. And now I can incorporate weight training because I couldn't lift before when I was fighting at 155. So now I'm doing explosive training and I can do sprints, and I have the energy to do sprints and explosive training, which I didn't have the energy to do. So it's kind of nice. I can do pretty much everything now. So it's pretty nice. I'm really enjoying it right now.
Well, I think that's going to add to the intensity of the fight. I mean, you weren't able to do that for your whole career pretty much, and now you're about to start all that explosive training, and you're already an explosive motherfucker?
Yeah.
Dude, that's scary. That's one scary thing, And so before we wrap this up, do you have any teammates, sponsors, or anybody you'd like to give a special shout-out to?
No, man, just my wife, same as usual. Whole team at Spartan. That's about it, man. And thank you guys for having me on again. And I'm excited. I think me and Joey are gonna put on Fight of the Year.
Dude.
It's
Dude.
definitely a great time for it. It's a great fight. I couldn't be more excited. Just listening to you talk about this, even a month out, I can feel the excitement when you talk about this fight. I know how cool, calm, and collected you are on fight night. I know Joey's the same way. So I expect a war, and not to put any pressure on you, but I mean, like I said, I expect a good fight in this one.
No pressure.
Well,
But
thank
again,
you for being on with. Oh,
yeah,
sorry,
just before we wrap, December 21st, Canterbury Park, Yamah Sadozai versus Joey Hart, 170-pound Driller Promotions amateur title, Canterbury Park. Be there or be square, and definitely don't be square. Get and like the page, Trash Talk with Damien and TJ on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to my daughter.
Oh yeah. Congratulations again.
Always.
Appreciate it, man.
Are you listening? Damn.